Everybody, I'm CJ Miller. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana, across the Red River from beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana. And come check us out. I didn't make it out to the gym tonight. My buddy and I decided to, we got Saturday night was our late night gym, and we was just he was feeling tired and it was hot and everything, so we decided to chill it down. But um, great things are on the horizon. Good things are coming. Um, you know, Come check us out in Shreveport, Bossier, Louisiana. Lots of fun things to do. Even when there's nothing going on tonight, I think it's a fun time just to go run around and spend time. I think a person should praise their hometown as much as they can. Do whatever they can to make it the best living situation possible. It's where you live, and you find the positive, and you do what you can to accentuate that, and build a sense of community, even while keeping good fences, metaphorically sometimes, because good fences make good neighbors and all that, But yeah, just get out and, do what you can for, your civic love and responsibility. But yeah, challenges come and go, good things come and go, tough situations come and eventually go. Sometimes it seems like they stick around longer, sometimes it seems like one tough situation after another. There is a spiritual principle I learned about called perseverance. When I was someone that I grew up in as a child in the 70s and going into the 80s, and came of age as a Generation Xer around 1990, 91 or something like, you know what I mean? And so well, you know what that means, that sometimes I was a child that lived by myself. There was a period where my mom had to work, my dad didn't live with us, and my sister was living with my dad. And so I would come home from school and go in my apartment, and it was me and a TV set and nobody else. And my mother worked at a cafeteria for minimum wage, and the during that time, it was lonely. It was lonely, but I also feel that that kind of taught me how to be self-sufficient with my entertainment, and self-love. To love oneself, it is the greatest love of all. But also because to learn how to love yourself truly is to learn how to love others. If you love others as well as you love yourself, that really is what I get out of that particular set of songs. Which, by the way, those song lyrics were not written by Whitney Houston. It was an older song from the 70s or something, like the hippie age or whatever. I forget who the originators were. I know that we sang it in my 6th grade choir. And yeah, that's where I learned it, and I learned it in the chords that it was originally uh, recorded in. I thought it's probably been recorded a few times over. But then, of course, Whitney Houston did that whole like really just vocal acrobatic thing that she does. That she did that type of vocal trapeze thing with the voice that I don't think anyone had ever done, except for perhaps Stevie Wonder. And the only thing about Stevie Wonder and his music is sometimes I feel that his music was on the higher end. He would go through the nasally, most of the time he was a straightforward vocalist, but on the high end, he would push it and let it come through his nose, sort of like the lead, and I forget his name, to Boys to Men. Although we've come to the end of the road, that kind of nasally kind of thing. And so sometimes people with a deeper, lower set voice, their high end, they'll find that it's coming from right here. You'll feel it vibrating right across the bridge of the nose, and the voice is coming, partially through there and nasally. But with, and that's fine, and that's a good way to do it, but it's not a head voice. It's a nasal voice, and that always kind of, it's a style choice, really, because anyone who's singing up here, I can't sleep at night without holding you tight. Anyone who could do that could sing, still I can't sleep at night without holding you tight. They could easily bring that register up to the back of their cleft and to the head without really bringing it forward nasally. So, like, just being aware of your vocals. And I'm not a professional singer. It's just that, and even just sometimes vocally talking, I feel myself getting nasally. Especially when I'm wearing heavier glasses like this, just talking about it. It's like when you have this, say a character flaw within yourself. Here comes the parable here. When you have a character flaw that you spot within yourself that you would like to work on it, then what happens is you become acutely aware of that trait when it's naturally occurring, even when it's not in defect mode, when it's just a natural part of your human reaction. It just becomes a glaring scratch on an otherwise flawless pane of glass, it seems like. And so what I want to do is like talk about people who are working on those areas of their lives like I do, and just to remember that moving forward in some areas of perseverance or whatever, basically that's the stick-to-itiveness, the not giving up, the patience, and the bravery to continue on that journey of self-improvement, those of us who are kind of working on these areas. Basically just, don't use this as a cop-out, but definitely have a little bit of grace. Give yourself a little bit of grace in those moments where you find that you may be imperfect in the way that you react to situations versus the way that you would ideally like to relate to situations, So how did that tie in? We started talking about the greatest love of all, and then we started talking about Whitney Houston, then we started talking about Stevie Wonder, and then I started talking about his singing style, and then somehow I drew a comparison to I don't know how I got on the topic of self-improvement and having a little bit of patience and grace as we're working on things. I think I wanted to talk about how sometimes things go really, really well, And that's good. Those are the times when it's really easy. It's really easy to be, uh, have such bravado and be like, yay, I'm a chill guy. Things are going great, and I'm fucking grateful and everything. It's really tough when things come at you. Sometimes one, two, three, four, five different little things going on that are stressful in your lives and the lives of the people that you love. And, those are the times when we need to give ourselves the most grace, and we need to bolster our principles of perseverance uh, most of all, and to be available to those who want to reach out and express love, and that we want to reach out and express love to other people, and to remember that it's not about reaching out to express myself so that I can get attention for myself, or basically to reach out to people to pamper them when they're feeling unduly needy. It's not about that. It's not about keeping a scorecard. It's really just about no agenda, showing emotional support and willingness to show up and do what you can for people without expectation of return or give back. That particular boundary has to be up to the individual, how much they're willing and able to give of themselves, how much they choose to involve themselves. But when it's close to home, friends, family, chosen family, whatever, you just you want to be where you can be most useful. And sometimes when you don't know where that place is, it can be difficult because you can't make it about you. You can't be like, hey, I want to show up and do something just so I can feel included. That's not the kind of thing that we're talking about. We're talking about just being in a family, being a family community for each other, in a circle of friends or chosen family, being that for each other, being that kind of support, But that's, don't give up through the tough times. Life really is, we've talked about a Wheel of Fortune, and we think of it, it's not a game show. It is, but not anymore. But it's not also just about rags to riches, having and have not, for richer, for poorer, that kind of thing. Fortune is chance in all of its manifestations of life, in all of its embodiments, what's the word? I want to say manifestation, but that's almost like something that you will upon yourself, which I think there's something to that. I think that there's something to the adage of we get what we put out into the world, the attitude that we project with, and not just to the world, but in a certain group. It becomes habitual with some groups of people. Sometimes I can be a little bit more rigid in the things that I think, in the ways that I express myself, and in some ways, in some areas, and with some different people, maybe I'm a little bit more casual in those things, and less rigid. Because the stakes are different, But no matter how I feel about those things, some areas, there are some things that go on that really, it's not really my place to do anything except for to be in waiting for when I am needed. and that may or may not be something that I'm called upon, but it's not about. It certainly is not about. Ooh, let me show up and let me be the hero. Let me be the Captain Save-A-Ho or whatever. Put on a red cape and be a superhero, metaphorically. Uh, Boundaries and let it be known that I'm available, and then take a step back and don't assert myself. And this happens, and I have to tell myself this a lot because I'm in a 12-step fellowship. Actually, I go to different 12-step fellowships. I primarily find myself at home in one, but it's kind of like it's a support group, first and foremost for what its intentions are. It's really a support group at the core of it all, and so that's what we do. We say, we're of support. Let me know what I can do, what you think that I can do, and I will try to accommodate. And you do that without basically without the need for reciprocation, but also knowing that where your limits are, and also knowing where you're going to go to get that emotional cup filled, that you share with others. But I'm going to do some songs now. Kumbaya. No, I'm not. Sorry. No. But I'm going to do a very hokey song though. Let me stop laughing at myself for I entertain myself so much. Did I already tell you that when I was about 10 years old, there was a period there where I was raising myself. Mom had to work until maybe she'd get home around 9:30ish or something like that in the evening. And so I'd come home from school and I would entertain myself until that time, because dad lived away and my sister lived with my dad for a period, several months there. It wasn't forever, but then there was a time later on when I was 14. My folks split up again, and my sister, of course, was an adult, and she was no longer living with us. As a matter of fact, my dad went and became roommates with my adult sister, and well, it was an apartment. It was an apartment that came with his job at the apartments, and she'd been living there, and so he basically just moved into So it all worked out. But what else? So you learn to, when you live alone, you do learn to find things to entertain yourselves without actually going bonkers, Although, there's some debate on that also. Down in the valley so heart ease to give my heart ease. Wrap your arms around me, give my heart ease. Roses love sunshine, violets love dew. Angels in heaven know I love you. Know I love you, dear. Know I love you. Angels in heaven know I love you. Down in the valley so low. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Hear the wind blow, Lord. Hear the wind blow. Hang your head over, hear the wind blow. That's my campfire song that I know how to play. I don't know Kumbaya or anything like that. I know that one. Basically, I think I had to. As someone I wanted to learn how to play guitar, and I do play. Where are we? There we go. As I was playing that, I couldn't tell. I don't know. I don't know how to work all these controls on this electric guitar panel or whatever the hell's going on over here on these controls. What's crunch? I don't know. Reverb is up like a motherfucker, but that sounds pretty cool. I don't know. What happens if I turn the treble down? Or this channel volume bullshit. I don't know. There are controls here, and this is I'm using these things without even. This is the drive. I don't know what a drive is. Here's a bass, maybe. I don't know, but I want reverb. This is a ping pong. Why doesn't that light up? Delay. Whatever the hell that means. That doesn't sound very reverby then. Here we go. Crunch. I would go, what the hell is this? Insane. Ah, there we go. I'm trying to think, what songs do I do all the time, and what songs do I know that I haven't done in a while that I could do different? And I've got like a whole folder, but I don't want to go pull them out. So if I do the same songs, oh, repeatedly, I'm so sorry. Once upon a midnight Eve, I woke with something in my head. I couldn't escape the memory of a phone call or what was said. Like a game show contestant with the party gift, I could not believe my eyes when I tried to speak, see through the voice of a trusted friend, and he said, me and tell me lies. Yeah, human me and tell me lies. Oh, I lied to say I don't mind. As we seek, so we should find. Whatever, I don't really like where that song's going, vocally or whatever. But I'm used to doing it like a lot more acoustically and a lot more softer, whatever. I need to maybe, because it's later at night, I need to do softer songs. So forgive me if I put you to sleep. Tell me just one more reason why I think you don't need me. Tell me once more why you're sure you don't need me. I'm gonna start over with that song. There we go. Because I kind of fudged up those two lines, and I could just continue on and sing. If I were like in front of people doing it, I would, but I don't sing in front of people and play at the same time or whatever. So, but if I just screwed up, I would just keep going. But I'm not in front of people now, so I can start over. Tell me just one more time the reason why you must leave. Tell me once more why you're sure you don't need me. Tell me again, but don't think that you can speak. You said before falling in love again, you'd rather be dead. When someone breaks your heart, you cry your eyes red. Well, there's nothing so hard about the life that you led. As far as I can see, there's no reason for goodbye. You're just running scared, and that's something I won't buy or use. I won't let you go with nothing to show but more use. God, I need to think about these lyrics. I said, more blues. Oh well, screw it. Forgot the lyrics. Do you know that game show? Don't forget the lyrics. I always think it's used to be it was kind of like a name that tune, and then Mark McGrath did a version of it, kind of like Flip Flop, where he would show some of the lyrics, and he would don't forget the lyrics. And Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, every morning there's a halo hanging from the corner of my four-post bed, or something. morning there's a halo hanging from the corner of my girlfriend's. Well, I don't know, something like I know what. But anyway, so it's okay. Forget. But those lyrics will come to me in a minute. But this song was nearly over. Back then, the songs were shorter. That song was written by Mike Nesmith of the Monkees, and he wrote that song to be done for the Monkees, but on the TV show, whatever. But they didn't want it, and I think Linda Ronstadt first got a hold of it, and then also it was. I don't know if she got a hold of it first, but she did get a hold of it, and then of course the Grateful Dead. They do a cover of that song. Um, oh, she's 41 and her daddy still calls her baby. All the folks around Brownville say she's crazy. Then a man of Rhoda Creek stood by her side, promised her he'd take her for his bride. In her earlier days, they called her Delta Dawn, prettiest woman you ever laid eyes on. Well, I totally screwed that up. I'm just screwing up all my songs tonight. Well, she's 41 and her daddy still calls her baby. All the folks around Brownville say she's crazy, 'cause she walks downtown with a suitcase in her hand, looking for a mysterious dark-haired man. In her earlier days, they called her Delta Dawn, prettiest woman you've ever laid eyes on. Here we go. Then a man load of grease stood by her side, promised her he'd take her for his ride. Delta Dawn, what's that power you have on? Pretty faded rose from days gone by. And did I hear you say he wasn't meeting you here today, to take you to his mansion in the sky? Delta Dawn, what's that power you have on? Be a faded rose from days gone by. And did I hear you say he wasn't meeting you here today, to take you to his mansion in the sky? Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could be a faded rose from days gone by. And did I hear you say he was meeting you here today, to take you to his mansion in the sky? So that's an easy song, because once you get through the opening, which is two verses, you just go right into the refrain, and all you have to do is like play with some chords, and that's one of those songs you just don't really fuck up too bad, especially if you have more than one people playing. It's like you don't even have to stay chord true to that one, really. kinds of people in this world, winners and losers. I lost my power in this world, 'cause I did not use it. So I go insane like I always do, and I call your name. She's a lot like you. Two kinds of trouble in this world, living and dying. I lost my power in this world, and the rumors are flying. So I go insane like I always do, and I call your name. She's a lot like you. She's a lot like you. She's a lot like you. So I go insane like I always do, and I call your name. She's a lot like you. 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 What else? So all these chords are sort of based off of, I'm staying in that same refrain, but they're all based off of the green sleeves, That's it. And then what you would do is you would add a little bit of what's called syncopation, where maybe you kind of like, that was a straightforward, like just a perfect, spacing. With the syncopation, it's more a little bit bluesy, so you kind of can play around with the cadence of it and kind of break up that rhythm, and it doesn't have to be a little perfect, because the notes and the chords are not perfect, because I didn't tune the guitar before I started playing. Throwing a couple of grace notes. Alas, my love. beliefs was my desire, but my lady I kind of played with the lyrics that last little bit. I kind of fudged them, so I just went with it. It's very similar in chords to uh, this song also was covered and made famous, not written by Huddy Ledbetter, named after Ledbetter Heights, which is exactly where I'm living right now. These apartments that I showed, I go walking around. It's right in the middle of an area that used to be called the Bottoms. It essentially was the Bottoms, and then of course the movie studios came in 2005, cleared out a lot of old dilapidated houses that needed to be, because they were abandoned and people were using them for salacious purposes. And so, yeah, I think there's one of them still left standing, an old shotgun. I keep meaning to talk about it one day as I'm walking up to the store, but I hate going to that damn Family Dollar. I try to avoid it. So, but if I maybe I posted it. If not, I'll try. But it's and maybe they left it to hopefully to preserve the architecture. It's so dilapidated, nobody would reasonably buy it and live in it as is. I can't say that people don't squat in it from time to time. I wouldn't know, but it wouldn't surprise me. But and then at the back end, I'm actually kind of sorry to see it's not there anymore. There was a ruin of an old brick wall, so old that nobody even knew, nobody remembered what it used to be here in Shreveport, but it was originally Shreveport. So, by the way, I need to check on. There's a movie kind of based on, or there's something that we're going to go downtown. I think at the Commerce Center or something, where they were going to talk about the. It's so funny, the history of Shreveport in something like 1890 or something. They were going to talk about the Caddo Treaty. I think that's what they were going to talk about, and effectively that Caddo Treaty. Probably in some way that they fucked over the Caddo Indians, or set up to screw them. I don't know, but to purchase the land. I hope we did them better than Manhattan Island, because they sure did fuck over the Indians from Manhattan Island. $24. I think they bought it for like $24 or something, Manhattan Island or something. Either per mile or for the whole island or something. I don't know, but it was, yeah. They really, yeah. I remember this because there was a childhood story about a Native American who was like the last of the tribe that got screwed over, and they decided to do right and make some reparations to the Native American. And he found himself being the owner of Manhattan Island or something. It was whatever. Basically a fairy tale to make people feel good, but it certainly never happened. I hope that we did better. I don't know. I should go look more into it. I'm torn because I'm very Caucasian, German, French, and some other shit, but I'm also Native American from both sides of the family, and I don't look Native American, but I have aunts and uncles and cousins that very much do, and including some Hispanic, uh, you know, blood by way of Mexico, and we're also, some of us have a very kind of a darker complexion than some other traditional uh, French and German, because there's some Welsh in our blood, which, by the way, the prince and princess, or whatever, are prince and princesses of Wales. That's what that the royalty is, or whatever. And apparently, somewhere down the line, and I don't know, my cousin, I hear tale that my cousin did a genealogy, and he found this out, and I don't know if it was on his mother's side or his father's side. If it's on his mother's side, then of course that would apply to my portion of the family, and I think it was. I think my aunt did say that he discovered that it was from on that side, and it made sense why we certainly all think that we're so entitled. And I say that with some truth, that if we come from a regalness that comes from that, it would make sense that it get passed down through the generations or whatever. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But along with those old stories and those old Celtics, maybe that's why I like. Plus, I listen to a lot of country music in my dad's car radio traveling. I loved rock and roll. My dad loved country music, and of course, there was a meeting place in country rock. Eddie Rabbitt, Kenny Rogers, to name some of them, Alabama. Later on, Brooks and Dunn, and certainly got to get into the whole Garth Brooks, really bringing some rock and roll into country music. And so modern country music, for the most part, sounds very much like rock and roll music, but with the dialect, with an accent, with the southern drawl. And sometimes the sentiments of the songs are a little different, I don't think there's anything wrong with family and love of God, and but there's some country musicians that they also do sing about. They sing a lot of soul music. They sing a lot of bedroom musics. Rod Seeger did a song called "We Get Tonight" or something. Was that Rod Seeger? I don't know. And the Silver Bullet Band? I don't know. But I know that Kenny Rogers and Sheena Easton also did a cover of that song. We've got tonight. Who needs tomorrow? Let's make it last, babe. Why don't we stay? I should learn that song. But speaking of Sheena Easton, she did this song, and then of course it was later covered by a country music singer. So let me see if I can. Let me work on the chords for a second. Saw an old friend of ours today. He asked about you, I didn't quite know what to say. Heard you've been making the rounds around here, while I've been trying to make tears disappear. Now I'm almost over. I've almost shook these blues. So when you 'cause it seems like forever, but I'm letting you go now. I'm almost over you. I've almost shook these blues. So when you come back around, after dating the time you think I'm almost over you. I can't forgive you, and soon I'll forget all my shattered dreams. Although you've left me with nothing to show but these memories, I'm almost over you. I've almost shook these blues. So when you come back around, after dating the time, you see I'm almost over you. Now I'm almost over you. I've almost shook these blues. So when you come back around, after dating the time, you'll see I'm almost over you. So when you come back around, after dating the time, you'll see I'm almost over you. I don't know. What other kind of songs? I'm almost. Maybe I'll do one more song, or a part of one. I don't know. I was alright for a while. I could smile for a while, but I saw you last night. You held my hand so tight when you stopped to say hello. You wished me well. You couldn't tell that I'd been crying over you, crying over you. Yes, you're gone. Left me standing alone, alone, crying, 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 crying. It's hard to understand that the touch of your hand can start me crying. Yes, I know I'm butchering the lyrics. I thought that I was over you, but it's true, so true. I love you even more than I did before. But my darling, what can I do for you? Don't love me, and I'll always be crying over you, crying over you. And then you said so long, left me standing alone, alone, crying, 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 crying. It's hard to understand that the touch of your butchered that song. I don't want to hear about it. Ah, I'm doing this without notes or looking at anything. I normally, like, when I have something, when I'm doing something like this, I'll have that's why I'll pause and I'll scroll or whatever, so whatever. And if you're playing with a band or a group, you can give each other cues, or you can tape notes to the stage floor where you can see it. That's something I've noticed. I've seen some people do that. Um, let's see. I was waiting for the start of this song to come to me. My bags are packed. I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye. Already I'm so lonesome I could cry. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. I were ever part of a little trio or quartet or something like that, sitting in a club at night. And I had an idea of a nightclub that's totally different. And I'm not going to tell you about it because who knows, maybe one day I'll open the thing a decade or so from now. Who knows, whatever. Stranger things have happened. I might win a lottery or get a nest egg or something to be able to finance something, and it would be different than anything else that's opened. I can tell you the name of it would be Poppers After Dark. That's all I can say about it. And I'm just saying that now to remind me. But yeah, but if I ever were part of something playing in a quiet corner for people, even in a coffee shop or something, I think that my closing song would be Leaving on a Jet Plane. Initially titled Babe, I Hate to Go or something like that. And then of course they told him to use the phrase leaving on a jet plane. It sounded more of a title. And so and then of course it was covered by the Mamas and the Papas, and of course the big breakout star of that singing group that did solo work was Cass Elliot, the one you think would maybe not break out, be the breakout, but yeah, that was her. Okay, so what else do I have? I don't think I have a closing thing for this particular me fucking around on this guitar or whatever. I need to go back and look. I it started out, I only knew like one or two songs or something, and I know a lot now. And then so yeah, here we go. Speaking of late night spots, the coffee's all gone, my eyes burn like fire. It's way past the hour when most folks retire. You said you'd call me, but you haven't yet, and I'm down to my last cigarette. I've been there before. I'm down to my last cigarette. You're down to the last chance you'll get. You're still out there somewhere with someone you met, and I'm down to my last cigarette. I modernized the lyrics here. Go to the store, but you've got my car and you're gone. When it's turned 2 hours, soon it will be gone. On top of all my pain and regret, I'm down to my last cigarette. I'm down to my last cigarette. You're down to the last chance you'll get. You're still out there somewhere with someone you met, and I'm down to my last cigarette. I'm down to my last cigarette. You're down to the last chance you'll get. You're still out there somewhere with someone you met, and I'm down to my last cigarette. it's almost kind of the antithesis. The other song, Leaving on a Jet Plane, was about a guy going away on a gig or whatever he's doing, and while he's away, he has in his loneliness, I'm presuming, not just that he's a down dirty dog, but maybe can be unfaithful to the one he's leaving behind. That version of the song I actually modeled after the Linda Carter version on her album that came out several years ago called Crazy Little Things. That Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, did, that was more of a jazzy kind of thing called Crazy Little Things, but she came out with other albums after that, that I found a little bit more rocked out. She did a guitar-based rock album that's almost in the country rock vein, and the only reason these albums did not really shoot up in the charts is because she was a woman of a certain age at the time when she did these. And I think that up until recently she was still performing. She might still be performing. She does performances as she did with her now adult daughter. So I don't know if she's still performing or not. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, she was doing small cabaret lounges and stuff like that, and I would have paid to see her. I'd pay to see her today. The last I saw her, she did Wonder Woman 1984. So I did I'm going to close this out. This is what I wanted to do. I don't think I've done it. I did I played Don McLean's American Pie, so I'm going to close out with the refrain from that. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove machete to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. I don't know. I really should learn that one. It's a definitive folk rock acoustic guitar kind of guy thing that you just put a microphone in front of, or take an acoustic electric and plug it in so you get that acoustic but amplified. And let's see, where is my volume on this here? Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove machete to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. Maybe a little bit too low for me to carry the two. Die. I can't, I need to. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove machete to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. Not quite celebratory. I will be doing some guitar music around the 4th of July of a patriotic nature, just for the hell of it. I kind of do that every year, every couple of years or whatever, and it's really based on a wonderful memory. The guy that was mostly responsible, I had the inspiration of my family, my dad, my sister, my oldest nephew, lots of cousins. One of my earliest and pleasant memories was my cousin Floyd. He's deceased now. He was older than me, but he is my cousin. And he was, my dad took me to his apartment, and there he was with the guitar, and he and my dad, they were playing songs and they were singing to me. And it's just me, the little boy, and they were singing songs to me. A lot of Hank Williams, because my cousin, Floyd Lafitte, you can Google him. He did a lot of a telethon, telethon work, Jerry Lewis telethon or whatever, and because they did a lot of colloquial acts from all over. They tried to get as many people as possible. He got a job playing that, and he was uh, monikered the voice of Hank Williams, or the ghost voice of Hank Williams, or something like that, because he actually sounded like Hank Williams, the original Hank Williams, who was a country singer who became famous in the Louisiana Hayride, in the Municipal Auditorium and everything. You can check out his biopics and everything. He's really great. The thing about it, though he sang country music of his time, he really was a rebel. And if the term had been around, he and people were using more electric versus acoustic and country, whatever, he would have been today, if he were born today, he would have been an alt punk. He would have been considered in that vein. But they didn't have those things, and the technology and the instruments that were used were different, and they were of a different time, and they sounded of a different time. And so therefore American music, American country music was where he found himself. And but he was, just from where he, it's Hank Williams, right? So where he found his fame was less at the Grand Ole Opry, which is most notably known for that the radio, and then later the television program of the Grand Ole Opry, and Hee Haw and all that kind of stuff. It was less, he was less present there than he was here at the Louisiana Hayride, which did KWKH a lot of country music, but they also did a lot of rockabilly and rock and roll. They would let that happen. They would let the music be what it was. And that's what I loved about radio station KWKH back when it was a music station. It's still here, it's still playing, but now it's sports news. It's sports, and very little music at all. They do sports, probably because, as I talked about, country music today, it really is rock and roll music with the twang, with an accent. Maybe a shift in perspective, but really no, it's it's just as much rock and roll sometimes as metal, undeniably. Okay, I love you guys. I'm gonna say good night. God bless you. Peace, love, and light.